someone who knows the ex-husband who said she had a vision board with Prince Harry on it. And
Before they met?
Yes.
Before Meghan Markle ever went public with her vision boards. But do you remember recently, Angela, Meghan Markle actually posted a vision board on Instagram. So this is absolutely the type of thing she uses.
Yes, she likes that, doesn't she? And you went through all the details of it. But isn't it awful? It's just too awful for words. And I think that there we are. And what she would do is actually to keep Harry jumping about something like that.
Information came direct from Meghan's ex-husband, Trevor Engelson, via an intermediary. And obviously, Trevor Engelson is a very successful TV producer. He now has his own family. He's very happy. He hasn't spoken on the record.
They had a meeting. They were off there to look at the stars. And, all that was very carefully done. And it proves that we're not wrong to not believe almost everything she says.
In a world where secrets are currency and every whisper can ignite a scandal, the spotlight has turned to Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex. Just when it seemed she had crafted a narrative of empowerment and resilience, a bombshell drops. Trevor Engelson, her ex-husband, has given a revealing interview that threatens to unravel everything she's built. As the news breaks, chaos ensues. Staffers at Meghan's camp reportedly slip out, their silence echoing the panic that has gripped her team. This isn't just a leak. It's a full-blown exposure of her past, and by midday, the media is buzzing with speculation. Meghan's legal team springs into action, firing off cease and desist letters to multiple outlets, signaling that they're not just on the defensive, they're on the offensive. But why the urgency? If Trevor's claims were baseless, wouldn't she simply deny them? Instead, Meghan's reaction is telling. She's not just fighting back, she's panicking. Insiders whisper that she's ordered her lawyers to draft a gag order, a move that raises eyebrows. After all, Trevor never signed a non-disclosure agreement during their divorce. If the truth was on her side, why not let it shine? The answer is clear. She's terrified of what else he might reveal. The narrative she's polished for years, of the misunderstood outsider, the victim of royal machinations, begins to crack. Critics are quick to pounce, branding her a narcissist who thrives on attention while simultaneously playing the victim. "My castle's too small," she laments. "The queen was mean to me." And yet, she's still determined to flaunt her royal title, even if it's just on her stationery. As the media frenzy escalates, whispers of a mood board featuring Prince Harry surface, suggesting that Meghan's ambitions were always aimed at the crown. Friends claim she had a vision board long before she met him, a testament to her calculated pursuit of fame. But now, as Trevor's revelations hit the airwaves, Meghan's carefully curated image is under siege. In a shocking twist, Meghan pulls out of multiple high-profile appearances, citing emotional instability. The world watches as she retreats, knowing that the first question from the audience will inevitably be about Trevor. Her silence, once a strategy, now feels like a sign of guilt. The public sympathy is waning, and the hashtags trending online, #TrevorTellsAll and #HatchMeghanExposed, paint a picture of a woman unraveling under the weight of her own past. Behind closed doors, the tension is palpable. Meghan is reportedly holed up in a soundproof rage room, a space designed for her to vent her frustrations without anyone hearing. Insiders reveal that she's been smashing vases and kicking over lamps, a stark contrast to the poised image she projects to the world. The cracks are showing, and the audience can't help but wonder, how much longer can she maintain the facade? As the media storm intensifies, Meghan Markle finds herself at the center of a whirlwind she can no longer control. The fallout from Trevor Engelson's interview reverberates through every corner of the internet, and public perception is shifting dramatically. Once celebrated as a modern-day fairy tale, her story is now under scrutiny, revealing cracks in the carefully crafted image she has maintained for years. With each passing day, the tension escalates. Meghan's legal team is in overdrive, desperately trying to silence Trevor and block any further revelations. But without a formal non-disclosure agreement, their options are limited. Instead of quelling the rumors, Her legal threats only fuel the fire, making her appear desperate and guilty. Behind the scenes, Meghan is spiraling. Sources close to her reveal that she's convinced the royal family is orchestrating this entire debacle, a calculated move to sabotage her brand just as she prepares for her next big project. It's not personal, she tells her confidants. It's part of a larger plot. Critics, however, dismiss her claims, arguing that this is just another instance of Meghan playing the victim, deflecting blame instead of confronting her past. As the narrative unfolds, Trevor's calm demeanor stands in stark contrast to Meghan's frantic energy. He's not just sharing gossip, he's revealing truths that Meghan would rather keep buried. The audience learns that Trevor has held back the worst parts of their marriage out of respect, but now, with the gloves off, he's considering a full memoir. The thought sends Meghan's legal team into a panic, and the stakes have never been higher. Meanwhile, Prince Harry's reaction to the unfolding drama speaks volumes. Insiders report that he's been distancing himself from Meghan, spending long hours alone at their Montecito estate, trying to escape the rising tension. He's tired of defending her, one source reveals, highlighting the strain this scandal is placing on their relationship. The emotional bond between them is fraying, as Harry grapples with the fallout from Meghan's past. As the act progresses, social media erupts with skepticism. Fans who once idolized Meghan are now questioning the authenticity of her narrative. Hashtags like #Trevor tells the truth and #Meghan manipulated me trend worldwide, as thousands share their newfound doubts about the woman they once supported. The carefully curated image of the empowered Duchess is crumbling, and many are left wondering how much of her public persona was real and how much was a carefully constructed facade. In a dramatic turn, Meghan's silence becomes her greatest enemy. The longer she hides from the public eye, the more the narrative shifts against her. Critics argue that someone with nothing to hide would face the storm head-on, yet Meghan retreats further into her private world, her absence only amplifying the speculation. The act reaches a boiling point as Trevor hints at more revelations to come, leaving Meghan in a state of desperation. As this chapter unfolds, the tension is palpable. The audience is left on the edge of their seats, wondering what Trevor will reveal next and how Meghan will respond. The confrontation between her past and present is inevitable, and the truth, once buried, is clawing its way to the surface. The stakes have never been higher, and the world is watching as the drama unfolds. As the fallout from Trevor Engelson's revelations continues, Meghan Markle faces a reality she never expected. The public's perception of her has shifted dramatically, and the carefully crafted narrative she relied on is now in ruins. The once celebrated Duchess of Sussex is confronted with a reckoning that threatens to unravel her carefully constructed image. Trevor's interview lingers in the public consciousness, and Meghan's attempts to regain control are met with skepticism. Her legal team scrambles to block any future appearances or press deals from Trevor, but without a formal non-disclosure agreement, their efforts feel increasingly futile. Meghan's desperation becomes evident. Her legal threats no longer carry weight and instead highlight her vulnerability. Social media buzzes with discussions about Meghan's past. Supporters who once championed her are now questioning the authenticity of her carefully curated persona. Hashtags like #Trevor tells the truth and #Meghan manipulated me dominate the conversation, as thousands express their doubts and frustrations. The narrative of the empowered Duchess is unraveling, and the public begins to see the red flags they once overlooked. Amid this chaos, Prince Harry's silence speaks volumes. Reports indicate that he has been increasingly distant, spending long hours alone at their Montecito estate, grappling with the embarrassment and tension that Trevor's revelations have brought into their lives. Friends reveal that he's tired of defending Meghan, and the strain on their relationship is palpable. The emotional bond between them is fraying, and the audience can sense the growing divide. Meghan's silence becomes a double-edged sword. While she hopes to weather the storm, her absence from the public eye only amplifies speculation. Critics argue that someone with nothing to hide would confront the situation directly, yet Meghan retreats further into her private world, allowing the narrative to shift against her. The tension escalates when Trevor hints at more revelations to come, leaving Meghan in a state of panic. The audience is left wondering what he might reveal next, and how it will impact her already fragile reputation. The truth, once buried, is clawing its way to the surface, and Meghan's carefully constructed narrative is on the brink of collapse. In the final moments, the implications of Trevor's revelations for Meghan's future become clear. The truth she tried to bury is now threatening to destroy everything she has built. As the world watches, questions linger about how many more truths remain hidden and who else might come forward. The stage is set for a reckoning, and the truth finally has a voice, one that is not Meghan's. As this chapter of Meghan's life closes, it is evident that the fallout from Trevor's revelations is just the beginning. The carefully crafted image of the empowered Duchess is crumbling, and the world is eager to see what comes next in this unfolding drama.